It's me, Russ. Vicky the van here. 1 year later. Vicky the van's still rolling on the streets. She's putting on the miles, giving the smiles.
I got no spaceship for two.
She's a little rough around the edges, but she still does the job. Got her some brand new used winter tires. Great shape, lots of tread on them. Look at this one. Big O. This one's a little bigger than the stock ones. It's got little bigger tires in the back, like a Hot Wheel. Sits up like that. LRI. Not sure what that stands for, but this is a vent right here. If you're gonna travel in the cosmic realms, all the different cosmic realms, you need some aerodynamic. And don't forget these. Some of the most watched content on this here channel, yeah, it's derived from old Vicky the van here. They're boosters. Those are cosmic boosters on the back. Let's keep it, flowing. A lot of people asked about this epic audio system that I got for less than $20. It's a Bluetooth media XDM17BT, stands for Bluetooth, I imagine. And it's been all right. I've got this in 2020. This knob doesn't really work anymore, so it's supposed to control the volume, and it's had better days. But I can control the volume on my smartphone, so it's not that big a deal. But I still haven't installed this. I dug out of a 2005 Caravan because I do like my CDs, and this also is from 2005. It has cassette tapes, so I can run some of my old cassette tapes in here. And then I was thinking about getting a Bluetooth speaker to just tie up to the top here to run Bluetooth. It's just easier for me, to do that way. This Jansite reverse rear view camera here works splendidly. I'll show you. See that? Put it in reverse, and there you go. See that? You can park. I'm here in this big empty parking lot because everyone works from home now and no one needs to go to these big office complexes, which is it's just mostly empty, this office complex here. Yeah, sign of the times, I suppose. Question, does that stop leak stuff really work? I did a video a year ago, had a pretty heavy leak. Again, coming out of the timing chain cover. This little jet of water spraying out the side of the engine. As a mechanic, we discourage people from using such products, but sometimes you have no choice. So I set out to find out what's the best stop leak. Disclaimer on this, all right? Now, there's a lot of people that commented on the other video. The other video got some good traction, and I did say this in the other video, if I remember correctly. But again, as your mechanic friend, don't be putting this stuff in your radiator if you don't know where the leak is coming from. All right? That's important. Are you hearing me? Huh? You hearing me out there, you? Don't go just, oh, I got a leak and I smell coolant and I'm seeing coolant on the ground. Let's just pour some of this stuff in there. You could damage your vehicle, depending on what kind of vehicle you have. Newer vehicles are really not safe to put this stuff in. This is a 2000, it's a 23-year-old van. It's got 170, almost 178,000 miles on it. I'm willing to roll the dice, you know what I'm saying, on this vehicle. Here's a video of my friend JT, who's a master tech, Chrysler master tech.
Ready, guys, real quick. I got a 4.7 here. I had a guy in the comment section want to know what is the risk that I'm taking, and he asked that question respectfully. I can appreciate that. Guys, hear me out. The one that what the guy put to stop leaking his radiator system and it's clogged everything up. Yeah, that is a risk to us. We refuse to take that risk. Here's the deal. When you pour that stuff in your radiator, it's trying to circulate throughout your cooling system in hopes of finding that leak. All right, in the middle of circulating, it's going through everywhere. The engine block, the heater core, the intake, of course, the radiator, the water pump. It's clogging up everything trying to find the leak. Guys, it don't matter how many times you flush that out or try to flush it, you will never get it all out. So that makes it a high risk repair.
Again, this is not something you use unless you absolutely have to. If you have a hole in your radiator, it's best to get a new radiator. All right. So I wanted to give you an update on this, how it's going so far. Lots of miles I've put on this vehicle in the last year. This isn't just a quick fix. It's gonna solve all your problems, all right? Sorry. I'd love to sell you that you could put magic beans in your radiator and it would turn your car into a Lamborghini. That's is equally as unrealistic as, but again, so for me, this has worked. And for these Dodge Caravans, had another comment asking, hey, my heater isn't working as great as it used to. How's your heater doing? And I believe I mentioned that in the video before too, because I made that video a few weeks after, putting this stuff in my van. I did an update like a month later or something. This is the year later update. And yeah, I'm still not super warm in here. I'll be honest. We had a cold snap. Got down to like 16 degrees here in the PNW. And I was a little cold. I wore gloves. Warming up the vehicle helps, but what I'm having an issue with, and I guess the 2005 and beyond are a little better with this. The online mechanic tips. my buddy JT's channel. I'll put a link in the description. His channel is helpful if you have, Chrysler products. Your defroster is basically kicking on your air conditioner. And some vehicles are better at mixing heat and blowing air conditioner on your windshield than others. This vehicle, when I turn off the air conditioner, I get more heat. When I put on the defrost, aka air conditioning, it's cooler in here. It doesn't get as warm in here. So I'm constantly, like I'm sitting in traffic or whatnot, and I'm going back and forth. Right now I got air conditioner, so I turn this back and the windows start to fog up. Now why is that? Is because it's warmer in here than it is outside. And if you think of a soda can or an ice cold beer can and how condensation, you're outside in the warm and you pull that cold beverage out with Blue Mountains on it, you set it down and it starts to collect condensation on the sides. That's because the liquid inside is colder than the outside, so right? So basically that's what's happening in this van, is that when I turn off my defrost, aka air conditioner, the windows start to fog up. It's actually happening now over here. You can see on the passenger side. I don't care if the windows fog up back there. It's not like I got passengers in here. This is my work donkey. I got ladders and tools, things like that back here. But so that's what's going on with that. So when I click over my air conditioner, I'm like warm a little bit, Then I kick on the air conditioner, I'm back to it starts to get cooler in here, So that's my issue that I've been having with that. And from what I've heard, the newer Dodge Caravans don't have that issue, like I said. Now, what you're doing when you pour this stuff in your radiator and it goes through your cooling system is you're going to get that stuff collecting in your heater core. Reason for that is the heater core is way down. It's way down over here by your gas pedal on the floor. That's where the heater core is in the console. So gravity, right, is having that heavy copper kind of stuff clog up your heater core. But it's a lot cheaper for me having that happen than to replace these broken bolts that are messing up my vehicle. And that is also another comment from somebody about the V drive, the belts. The belt keeps sliding off, Russ. Belt keeps sliding off of the old Caravan. What's up with that? Well, odds are you have a bolt on that timing chain cover that's holding the time. So there's 3 bolts. This was a flaw, and they hold the timing chain cover on. They also hold your motor mount on the passenger side on, and they hold your idler pulley on. What happens is the belt breaks, and your excuse my French, idler pulley will not spin true. It'll be at a slight angle, causing the belt to come off. And there's a kit for that. There's the double V-sided belt kit. You have to put on a new tensioner, and yeah, so it's a thing. The belt's like $100. It's expensive, but it will keep the belt from sliding off. But your vehicle, your van may make some noise, especially when it's cold. You know, you hear this. It's sorry, like driving these is you know, it's got character. It's old Vicky here. She makes a little noise. I'm just not big on debt, you know. I work on an app, so my reputation is based on what other customers say about me in the app, right? I don't need a van with, you know, fancy letters on the side and, oh, look, Russ is driving a 2021 Ford, you know, Transit or Sprinter van or something like that. I don't care, right? That's just another bill for me. And as a mechanic, I've realized that these vehicles, you know, you get a new vehicle, I'm gonna get a new vehicle so I don't have to keep working on this hunk of junk. Well, you know, and that's helpful, it can help. But more often than not, you know, unless you have a good warranty, vehicle's still sitting in the shop, it's gonna cost you money. It's brand new vehicles nowadays, they got little motors, we've got new EPA rules. These vehicles get real hot, they have issues. Well, it's just the way it is right now. Trying to keep the ozone from disappearing, and that's important, right? So that's what's going on with that. What does that have to do with your cooling system? That timing chain cover, depending on how many bolts are broke off in there and how the broken bolts are holding up your engine, it's going to put stress on your timing chain cover. Basically what I did put stress on the timing chain cover because there's a whole series, I'm not going to get into it. There's a whole saga on Vicky here, the van. 2020, Vicky was my project. I wasn't working that much. I was a mechanic for a while during the pandemic, but when I wasn't working, I was working on Vicky here. She was free. I got the van for free, so that's all explained in the playlist that I'll put in the end screen. So thanks for watching. Hopefully that update helped. I haven't had to put any more of that goop in this vehicle. It already had some goop in it when I got it, so maybe that had been leaking from before. I don't know. But yeah, that cold snap in January of 23, that had this thing leaking, and me pouring another dose of goop through it did help. But again, it's not super warm in here. It's not like Vinny the van. You get in Vinny the van, oh man, you can take your clothes off and drive Vinny the van around. It gets that hot in that van. This van, you know, it's hard to drive without gloves on, especially in the morning. So, thanks for watching. End screen. Bye. So far, so good, man. I started to look around and like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get rid of old Vicky the van here. Look for something else, but nope. Still gonna be racking up the miles on this van we got for free. So, thanks for watching. Like the video. I mean, you made it this far, you might as well hit that like button. That's right down there somewhere. And subscribe if you're new. See you around. Don't forget to subscribe, and why not watch another video? Stick around.